Hi, everyone. Praying you guys have enjoyed your day so far and looking forward to an amazing evening with your family. Um, I want to read from Nehemiah chapter 2, verses 1 through 8 today, coming from the New Living Translation Bible, of course. I read it in the King James Version, and it's the same. Um, but the title of it is called Go, You Are Graced for It. So Nehemiah chapter 2, verses 1 through 8 states, early the following spring in the month of Nisan, during the 20th, year of King Artaxerxes' reign, I was serving the king his wine. I had never before appeared sad in his presence, so the king asked me, "Why are you looking so sad? You don't look sick to me. You must be deeply troubled." And then I was terrified, but I replied, "Long live the king. How can I not be sad? For the city where my ancestors are buried is in ruins, and the gates have been destroyed by fire." The king asked, "Well, how can I help you?" With a prayer to the God of heaven, I replied, "If it please the king, and if you are pleased with me, your servant, send me to Judah to rebuild the city where my ancestors are buried." The king, with the queen sitting beside him, asked, "How long will you be gone? When will you return?" After I told him how long I would be gone, the king agreed to my request. I also said to the king, "If it please the king, let me have letters addressed to the governors of the province west of the Euphrates River, instructing them to let me travel safely through their territories on my way to Judah. And please give me a letter addressed to Asaph, the manager of the king's forest, instructing him to give me timber. I will need it to make beams for the gates of the temple fortress, for the city walls, and for a house for myself." And the king granted these requests because of the gracious hand of God was on me. Now, prior to chapter 2 and verse 1, Nehemiah had said a prayer to God, basically asking him to allow this, what had just been granted by the king, to basically happen so that he's able to be successful in rebuilding Jerusalem, the Jerusalem wall. So prior to him going forward, he went before God in prayer. As we all know, that before we do anything, we definitely want to seek God first, and go according to his instructions. So keep that in mind, and it would be a good read for y'all just to read on chapter 1 too, so that you can kind of get a feel of what had transpired, prior to him actually going to the king and getting his request granted, and the king's heart being moved by God, and God's favor and grace being upon Nehemiah before he even went to the king to ask for him to be able to go to attend to the wall of Jerusalem. So the reading, what I wrote out for this, again, the title is called "Go, You Are Grace for It." Is what I wrote was, the definition of grace is the free and unmerited favor of God as manifested in the salvation of sinners and bestowal of blessings. So I wrote, whatever God has told you to do, have given you permission to do, or whatever he has answered prayers to, letting you know to do it, go. Now is the time to simply go forward because you are graced and have much favor to get it done. Don't let what the economy looks like, what the world is going through, and the evident lack in some people's lives distract you or make you feel like now is not the time and that you won't succeed. The devil is a liar. Something that would normally take someone else years to do will take you months. God's favor is upon you. He will move the hearts of people to get done what he has called you to do. He will have the resources for you to complete what he has instructed and called you to do, for when it's his will, it's his bill. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today, so don't procrastinate any longer. The enemy will love for you to be stagnant, not moving on what God has placed in you to build, to birth, and to steward. This could be the very thing that brings wealth, that breaks yokes, that allows you to leave an inheritance to your children's children, and that may very well bring in the harvest of souls to Jesus Christ. God has great plans for you to succeed, and the time is now. Write the vision and make it plain. Go forward with confidence and boldness, knowing that God is with and for you. Don't be fearful. Be worried because there are others out there in the same field doing what you are called to do. The difference with yours is that it's God ordained. And anything that's ordained by God can't do anything else but succeed. Purpose and destiny are calling you. Place yourself in a position to win. Go hard for yourself, for God, and for the future of your family. Start the book. Go back to school. Write out the business plan. Buy the tools for the company you are needing. Write that song. Make that video. Start the ministry. Do whatever God has called you to do, for now is the time for major acceleration and increase. You've prayed enough. Now it's time to put some work behind that prayer, honey. It's your time to go higher and let the world know it was God that put you on and allowed you to put others on. You don't need to wait for someone to put you on, because you will be the one putting others on. So now go, for you are graced for it. I love y'all. I know it was pretty short, but it was short and sweet and straight to the point. Basically, y'all, whatever God has told y'all to do, whatever he has put on your heart, whatever he's been ministering to you to go and do, go and do it. It will not fail. It will have much success. It is something that is purposeful for you, that's needed in the world. What you have, somebody is needing, y'all. It's something that's going to bring much pleasure, I'm sure, to you. It's something that tugs on your heart. God has been tugging on your heart about it. But don't allow fear to make you not go forward, okay? You've been praying, you've been asking, you've been wanting signs. God, is this you saying that I should do it? Is it okay for me to do it? This is your sign, okay? Go, 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 go do it all. Take it all. Take over. Don't be fearful. Go in with boldness and clarity and understanding, knowing that God is with you. Everything that you put your hand to will succeed. God is with you and for you, so don't be afraid. Go forward, for you are graced for it, okay? I love y'all. Until next time.